Hello, my name is Amit Sogule, and today we are going to talk about Splunk. Before we talk about Splunk, we need to know what is SIEM. So, SIEM stands for Security Information Event Management Software. SIEM aggregates events across disparate sources within your network infrastructure, including servers, system, devices, and application, from perimeter to end user. Data sources include network devices, routers, switch bridges, wireless access point, modem line drivers, servers, security devices, and application as listed on the slide. What is the importance of SIM in SOC, Security Operation Centers? SIM role is to provide analysts in the SOC, Security Operation Center, with consolidated insights from analysis of event data to varied and voluminous for manual review. SIM analysis of machine data and log files can surface malicious activity and trigger automated responses, significantly improving response time against the attack. As you decide how to implement SIM in your organization, we have to consider the following points, like how much and what type of data you'll have available within the system, the level of internal expertise you have and ability to train IT or security personnel to implement, manage and maintain the SIM, whether your organization is growing and at what rate, how large and sprawling your network is, example, number of remote locations and the degree of user mobility, your compliance obligations, and most important, your budget. So, what is Splunk? Splunk is a tool you can use to derive value from your big data. It enables you to incorporate insights from a variety of tools, allowing you to collect, search, index, analyze, and visualize your data from central location. Splunk supports extracting, organizing real time insights from big data regardless of the sources. You can integrate Splunk with NoSQL, relational database, and establish a connection between your workflow tools and Splunk. Now, let's have a look at the Splunk architecture. If you see from the top to bottom, Splunk gathers log by monitoring files, detecting file changes, listening on ports, or running scripts to collect log data. All of these are carried out by Splunk forwarders. The indexing mechanism, composed of one or more indexers, processes the data or may receive the data pre-processed by the forwarders. The deployment server manages indexes and search heads, configurations, and policies across the entire Splunk deployment. User access and controls are applied at the indexer level. Each indexer can be used for a different data store, which may have different user permissions. The search head is used to provide on demand search functionality and also power schedules such as initiated by the automatic reports. The users can define scheduling, reporting, and knowledge objects to schedule searches and create data alerts. Data can be accessed from UI, the Splunk CLI, or APIs, integrating with numerous external systems. Now that we have looked at the Splunk architecture, let's have a look at common Splunk topology. There are many components to the Splunk topology, but we'll be discussing more on the three main important ones which we deal in day-to-day activities: search head, indexers, and forwarders. To talk about data input, Splunk ingests the raw data stream from the source, breaks it into 64K blocks, and adds metadata keys including host name, source, character encoding, and index the data should be stored in. To talk about data storage, Splunk parses log data by breaking it into lines, identifying timestamps, and creating individual events and annotating them with metadata keys. It then transforms the event data using transformation rules defined by the operator. Finally, Splunk writes the past event to disk, pointing to them from an index file which enables fast search across huge data volumes. Data search. At this stage, Splunk enables user to query, view, and use the event data based on the user's reporting needs. It creates objects like reports, dashboards, and alerts. To To talk specifically about Splunk components, the primary components in the Splunk architectures are forwarders, indexes, and searcher, as I discussed earlier. What is Splunk Forwarder? The Splunk Forwarder is an agent you deploy on IT systems which collects the logs and sends them to the indexer. Splunk has two types of forwarder. Universal Forwarder forwards the raw data without any prior treatment. This is faster and requires less resources on the host, but results in huge quantities of data sent to the indexer. Second is Heavy Forwarder. It performs parsing and indexing at the source itself on the host machine and then sends the parsed event to the indexer. Now, what is Splunk Indexer? The indexer transforms the data into events unless it was received pre-processed from a heavy forwarder, stores it to a disk, and adds it to an index, enabling searchability. The indexer creates the following files, separating them into directories called buckets: compress raw data, indexes pointing to raw data, metadata files. The indexer performs generic event processing on log data, such as applying timestamps and adding source, and can also execute user defined transformation actions to extract specific information or apply special rules such as filtering unwanted events. In Splunk Enterprise, you can set up a cluster of indexers with replication between them to avoid data loss and provide more system resources and storage space to handle large data volumes. Splunk Search Head. The Search Head provides the UI users can use to interact with Splunk. It allows user to search and query Splunk data and interfaces with indexers to gain access to specific data requests. Splunk provides a distributed search architecture which allows you to scale up to handle large data volumes and better handle access control and geo-dispersed data. In a distributed search scenario, the search head sends search requests to a group of indexers, also called search peers. The indexer performs the search locally and returns the result to the search head, which merges the results and then returns them to the user. There are few common topologies for the distributed search in Splunk. One or more independent search heads to search across the indexes, multiple search heads in search head cluster, search heads as a part of indexer cluster. Now that we have had a look at the Splunk topology, let's move on and check why Splunk, like why it is useful and why people are going for Splunk. First of all, it is simple to implement and scale. It automatically discover useful information embedded in your data. The search within the data from anywhere and get results in real time. It also saves searches and tag useful information. Sets up alerts to automate the monitoring of your system for specific recurring events. Generates analytical reports with interactive charts, graphs, and tables and share them within the organization or with the outside world. Share saved searches and reports with fellow Splunk users. Proactively review downtimes and security incidents before they arise. We already know that there is a lot of importance of Splunk based on the characteristics we discussed earlier in the cybersecurity industry. But other than that, there are other industries where Splunk is currently useful. So, Splunk for healthcare. Splunk helps healthcare providers to gain insights into the system performance and interact with the broader healthcare ecosystem. It provides real time analytics to support initiatives such as gathering and securing patient data, optimizing existing systems to improve patient care, and enabling online and mobile access to reports. Interactive reports powered by Splunk helps the team to track usage and performance of medical devices. Hence, it prevents the failure of machines during the critical operations. It enables them to protect the patient's record and comply with regulatory requirements. Doctors can generate meaningful reports that help in quicker diagnosis based on the previous records of the patient. Splunk for telecom. Splunk helps telecom companies with monitoring and reporting terabytes of data generated by numerous cell towers in real time. It gives competitive advantage by improving customer experience, accelerating innovation, streamlining operations, and optimizing the cost. Telecom companies can now easily identify the areas where cell networks are down and reduce the downtime with root cause analysis powered by Splunk. With real time dashboards, organizations can easily understand market trends, outliers, project services, equipment needs, and make strategic decisions. Splunk makes it easier to analyze orders, revenue statistics, regional statistics, maintenance contracts, and collaborating the results together. Splunk for manufacturing. Splunk enables manufacturer to integrate industrial data on a single platform to deliver real-time operational insights across the organization and throughout the manufacturing process. When machine data is visualized in an interpretable format, companies can identify issues impacting performance in their efficient manner to prevent machines failure, which further reduces the downtime. Organizations can gain insights into device, sensor, and equipment performance to boost productivity. Lastly, we'll have a look at Splunk for finances. Splunk helps financial services companies to drive greater value of their data with particular focus on fraud prevention, security. It helps financial firms to monitor consumer activities at each stage of buying process, providing useful data for the team to analyze. Moreover, it provides ad hoc searches and reporting according to the organization's needs. Operational visibility enables the companies to quickly identify and respond to phishing attacks and other threats. They can be notified with details such as pattern for fraudulent activities to decide upon the further actions that need to be taken. Now that we have discussed about the theoretical part of Splunk, let's move on quickly to the Splunk demonstration. We'll begin with the Splunk installation. So just go to the splunk.com, click on free Splunk, add all your details over here and select which version you want to install. So I would like to go for cloud trial because we don't have too many machines or AWS account to set up too many instances. So that's why we'll go for cloud trial where everything is installed already. Just click on create your account. So you will receive an email with the cloud credentials. So you have to set a new password for the first time. So click on the given link and you will get a sign in notification. I'm already signed in, so you will see come across this page. Okay, so once you have the Splunk Cloud homepage open, just click on Universal Forwarder. As we discussed previously, we need a forwarder to input some data. So go to Splunk Downloads web page. Log in with your credentials. And download whichever version is suitable for your system. Once you do that, just click on download universal forwarder credentials and you'll receive this file. Just click on keep. Okay, and once you have downloaded the MSI file, we will start with the installation process. It's important to check this box to accept the license. Then click on a Splunk cloud instance instead of on-premise Splunk enterprise instance. Click on customize option, then click on next. We want the forwarder on the local system. Click next again. We need all the information from the system, so we'll select everything. Also click enable AD monitoring if you have active directory set up on your system. Click on next. So set up the ID and password. Type API acamit.cloud.splunk.com 9089. So where do we get this host name? So when you had gone to this splunk.com, just click on instances. By default the name will be my instance, but I have changed it to AC Amit. If you go to actual production environment, this name will be some complicated set of characters so that nobody is able to crack it, but for demonstration purpose I have kept it as simple as possible. So okay, and where do I get to know about this? Okay, so what I have done is I have utilized the documentation for the Splunk Lite cloud service. Okay, and inside that you will get to see how we are supposed to give the host name. So we saw that instance name we where to check, and now we are using the API instance name cloud.splunk.com and giving a port number. Click next, click install. Once the installation is complete, click on finish. Now the next step would be to install the credentials. So just go to the Splunk forwarded bin. Okay, so I won't be able to navigate through the Splunk Universal Forwarder. So what I've done is I've opened the administrator command prompt, and here we have to type the commands given in the document. Then give the path to the credential. Splunk cloud uf.sql, then -auth, you give the authorization and the ID and the password. Okay, so the Splunk has been restarted. After doing a restart of Splunk, we restart our system also. Then we come back to the page where we logged into Splunk Cloud. Click on Access Instance. We come back to the Splunk Cloud homepage. Now go to Forwarders, Deployment. Now you can see that we are able to see two forwarders with one missing and one active. So what is this missing one? Earlier I had installed one instance and then tested, and I did everything over that. And the second time once I uninstalled it, the status changed to missing. So this is an interesting feature of a Splunk Cloud. Whenever a host machine tries to do any malicious activity and get the forwarder uninstalled, so that time you will get a notification over here that the Splunk Cloud is not able to connect to the forwarder. And the second active one is the one we installed right now. Okay, so that's how you would complete the installation. Now let's play around with the search and reporting. So we go to the search and reporting. Here, in order to access the information, what we have to do is you have to type in index equals to main. So what is happening over here? The search head is trying to contact the indexer, and we are trying to contact the main indexer and get the details. So once you click enter, you will be able to see all the informations that are coming from my PC. So see AC Amit PC. Okay, so this is how you do the search, and whatever you type in over here is part of the SPL, Splunk programming language. So I click on the source and I want to look at the CPU load. So I click on the CPU load. Okay, so this is all the information that we get. As you notice here, we are interested in the value field, but we don't have it separately. We have it as a text. So in order to get it out separately, what we can do is we can go ahead and extract new, click on extract new field. Once you click on this, select any instance, like any event, single event, click on next. Now I know that this is following some pattern, like we have object equals to processor, counter equals to this, like key value pairs are there. So what we can do is we can use the delimiters function over here. So I click on delimiters, click on next. Now it is asking you with what you want to delimit it. So click on other, and we know for a new line we can use /n. This is from the regular expression or anywhere that you use. So we get all the fields separately, and it will also show you how it is going to look. Okay, and we are interested in the value field, so we will just name it as value field, or let's keep it value underscore f. Let's keep it short. Okay, so we can keep on changing, but we are interested in this field and the time field. So let's change this to time underscore f. Okay, I think we are good. So just click on next. Custom delimiter, it is giving you all the information. So abstraction name, so we will give report CPU underscore load underscore time. Okay, click on finish. Successfully we have extracted. You can go here and click on field extraction, and you can edit anytime whatever you want to edit. Okay, so the name which we gave was CPU underscore load, and see your extractions will come over here. Now let's go back to Splunk Cloud, search reporting. Type here index equals to main. Now see, the field that we had created is popping up over here. Okay. Now another feature of the SPL language is you can type the key value pair over here and give a pipe command, pipe symbol, type table, and give time underscore f, comma value underscore f. Okay, so we have not given from where we have to pull this. So what we will do is CPU load table time underscore f, comma value underscore f. Okay, so we are able to get all this field value. So why we are doing this? Just make a note of this, and we are going to create a dashboard out of this. So what we will do is we'll go to dashboard and create a new dashboard. So give a name over here. So we will give CPU underscore load underscore dashboard. Let's keep it CPU underscore load. Okay, you CPU load of Amit's PC description. Okay, we will use the dashboard studio and grid so that we don't have to get into trouble of setting up absolute values for width and height. Okay, so now what we can do is we can create a data set first. So create search, and we will type in the initial query that we had used over here. So it is important that you keep your searches over here, means you try your searches over here with the query, because here we don't have the provision to do so. Okay, let's call it CPU underscore load underscore search. Okay, let's save it. Then what we can do is we can insert a bar. Okay, so instead of using new data source, let's set up a primary data source. Click over here. Okay, so the problem that we were not able to see the graph properly is because the time value we have it in proper format, but the value field does not have the value. It has a text like value equals to 2.93. So we need to have just the numbers over here. So in order to do that, what we can do is we can either extract the field again, or we can simply give a regular expression command and extract the values. So what we do is rex, and then the field which we want to apply the regular expression to, that is value f, and the format that we give to get the value is value equals to whatever we want to eliminate, and whatever we want to get should be in the brackets. Okay, so click enter. So now you are able to see that we have a third field over here. Okay, so we copy this entire thing, go to dashboard, click on edit. I have already edited it, and paste it over here and click run and save. So you are able to see the bar graph over here. We can choose different types of graphs. Okay, so we can see that there is a spike over here. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's for the dashboard. And there is another way where you can check what data is being provided to the graph. Just click on table over here, and you will be see what values are being provided to the graph. So earlier what we did was we were just providing the value equals to this string we were able to provide, but now we are providing the values, and that is why the bar graph is loading. That's it with the demonstration of the dashboard and how you can pull the report. You can also set alerts. So how you will be able to set the alert? After doing this, just type in value greater than value greater than 20. No, let's keep it 10. Okay, and then just click over here and click on alert. So here you have to fill the alerts and the trigger condition, and just click on save. So whenever the condition is triggered, you will get a notification on the messages part. That's it for the demonstration of Splunk.